about you, everybody? Welcome into the Corner Call-In Show. I am your host, Jeffrey Lee, Senior Recruiting Editor for Auburn Sports. Dadgummit. Today is Sunday, September the 14th, 2025. For you, it is Sunday, September the 14th, 2025 for us. So we're all on the same page. We are about 28 hours removed from Auburn moving to 3-0 on the season with a 31 to 15. 31 to 15. Dude, I quit paying attention. We'll get to that in a minute. We got a fantastic show for you because it's SEC season. Auburn will travel to Oklahoma next weekend. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about what it was this weekend and what might happen next week. Here to do it, as they always are 100% of the time, when I look up on the monitor and they fill those boxes with their faces, they're absolutely here 100% of the time. I swear it. Mr. Cole Pinkston, Sir Allen Hill. How about you, boys?
How about you?
How about you, man? We're about to step into the It Gets Real week here coming up on SEC football, man. We're beyond the preseason now.
It's getting real.
Let's don't waste a lot of time on USA.
Yeah.
But I'll give you my quick thoughts on that. I thought Auburn looked fantastic in the second quarter, and after that, it looked like they were just trying to get to the finish line. And to be honest with you, in the fourth quarter, I was wondering if USA was even trying to win. Like, they were down only 2 scores, and there's 3-4 minutes to go, and they're really not hurrying. And it was just like both teams were like, all right, let's just get out of here. The fans were the same way, dude. I couldn't hear fans. I could hear the band loud and clear. Could not hear fans. I think it was just a morning game. Blah. And after it was 21-3. Was it 21 to?
Yeah, 21-3-ish.
It was like everybody just kind of put it in cruise control and just all the way home.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's fair. If you're looking to critique it, Auburn's secondary continues to be a little leakier than I think anybody would like. And coming into the year, that's not a problem that I anticipated by comparison. Auburn's offense, and I've heard a lot of complaint from some people in the on the message board sphere about there not being enough vertical shots, and I don't disagree.
I hear you.
That you haven't had the number of explosives maybe you would have liked, but the offense was efficient. I think it scored 6 out of 8 drives, and the last drive that they had the ball, that was just basically a kneel down. So 6 out of 7 you scored on. So from an efficiency standpoint, it was everything that you wanted it to be. The defense is concerning. It's slightly concerning, right? Like I felt like South Alabama was able to get movement up front. They did a good job of keeping off balance, running a variation of gap scheme and zone from a run standpoint, and then passing game concepts. I thought they were, they did some things, but it wasn't anything exotic. I mean, I felt like they hurt Auburn with the RPO a couple different times where they caught players in conflict, but I just want to see Auburn kind of clean that up moving into next week. This is a huge, huge week. Oklahoma is a fantastic opportunity for Auburn. It's a measuring stick of sorts, right? And realistically, Absolutely. You don't have to go much further than, how are you going to stop John Mateer? Because that's what this game is going to boil down to. And how is Auburn going to play against Oklahoma's defensive line, which I believe is one of the best in the country.
Completely agree. Cole, what would you take away from that game?
Offensive line was great.
Yeah.
Pass protection was great.
Absolutely.
Blocking was just a notch under great.
Okay.
Pretty close. Definitely the best position group on the field on Saturday.
Wow.
Not even close.
Yeah, not even close. Quarterback was good. I thought he was good. Clean. He's just clean right now.
I like it.
I noticed too, man. I'll have a full breakdown on this, so make sure you catch it. But I like how they're adding to the RPO game. They're starting to throw some more combinations in there. They're starting to, and they eased into it this year. Whereas in the Baylor game, they were simple. We're not going to throw a lot on you, Jackson Arnold. We're going to ease into this. Now they're starting to add some nuances, some wrinkles, and they started showing that against South Alabama. All of those plays were pretty successful, -1, where South Alabama had the most perfectly timed blitz I think I've ever seen on a wheel route that would have been a touchdown, by the way. And Jackson looks great with it. He looks like he loves it. It looks like he's still having fun with it. And then you get into a couple of tight spots in this game, and what do they go to? QB run.
Yeah.
Tried to stay out of it because they know they're good at it, and they don't really need to prove anything with that. But when they got in tight spots, they go, let's do QB run. It's over. They're not
Right.
stopping. And I don't know how you stop it, honestly. If I'm a defensive coordinator looking at that jet power read, you take Singleton, Arnold's going to gas you. You take Arnold, Singleton's getting outside. I mean, it's the Gus experience with McCaleb all over again with that kind of stuff. And that's going to be, I predict you see that a lot in the Oklahoma game. By the way, there's a chance Auburn plays Oklahoma as a top 10 team. Not Auburn, but Oklahoma.
Yes.
Texas A&M might be a top 10 team, and I'm pretty sure Georgia will in the next 3 weeks.
2 of them on the road.
Yes.
Do y'all take anything from that USA game? Like, do you go? I mean, like I didn't put much stock into it. Like, it's not going to change my opinion.
I think we said that on the Friday forecast, Jeffrey. Like, not much would change our opinion on this game. It's probably going to be weird because it's an in-state game. South Alabama's they're going to be on the edge of being a bowl team. I mean,
I think they are a bowl team. I think they're probably above average Sun Belt team. You know what I mean? Probably going to find a way to 6, 7, 8 wins, something like that. I would think.
It would have taken like Auburn, 70-0 or 56-0 or 56-3 for me to go, oh shit. Or Auburn having to squeak one out in the end for me to go, oh, other than that.
See, the 56-3, and Cole, go ahead and jump in. I cut you off earlier, but
no, you're good.
That wouldn't have changed anything for me. 56-3 changes 0 for me as it pertains to South Alabama. The squeaking one out or losing one, that changes things.
And they could have put 50 on the board against this team. I think they could have. They had plays that were hitting big on them. They couldn't handle Auburn's offensive line up front. They could have done the same thing they did at Baylor. But I really think they're drawing back a little bit. Let's keep it simple. Let's work on some of these things and rep it and be good at it. And at the same time, we're going to push it a little bit and try to get in the end zone. And not everything was perfect, but it was good. It's good and clean. And, defense was not as great as you want them to be. Still holds them to 15 points. It could have been worse. Secondary coverage, these zone defenses that Durkin's throwing out there is just getting picked apart a little bit, and you wonder, is that going to look exactly like that against Oklahoma? Because if it is, you worry about that. But I don't think it will. I think it'll be different, and I don't know how to explain that.
Well, I think there's always some gamesmanship in games like this, right? Like, how much are you really trying to show before you go into your first SEC competition? I mean, I'm not saying they're not repping their offense. I think they are. I just think they're doing the parts of the offense with slight tweaks to put that part on film to give you something to prepare for. But are they giving you your full game plan for what you're going to get for Oklahoma? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And you're right about that jet motion QB power, and I'm waiting for the RPO to come off that, Cole, and I promise you they're going to bust that. Never mind, I was about to say another B word for a touchdown, but I'm going to hold myself there for the.
Thanks, man. Made me look bad, you know.
Yeah, for the Christian folk that are going to watch the show.
Gosh, man. Thanks, Dick. I was looking at what the opening line is. I think Don had posted Auburn, Oklahoma was around 3.5 or 4.5. Is that right?
4.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was going to be more. I thought it would be in the 6, 6.5, 7 range. So Vegas they're expecting a pretty close field goal game, right?
Yeah, and I think that's probably fair because to me, both teams, like Cole, Jeffrey, you talk about this, but is there any team in the SEC that you don't think has warts or issues right now? Like, I look around the league and there's so much parity.
Well, BetMGM has Oklahoma minus 6.5. That's what I thought it would be.
And maybe that'll be the line. I think it'll come down just because Oklahoma, as good as they are, and they are good. Like, I don't want anybody to think that they're not. I question their offense of what they have beyond Mateer. And specifically in the run game, what do they have beyond, the +1 run game? Because they got a little bit of work done against Temple, but Temple's bad, man. They're bad, and it's a rebuild up there. And I think honestly that USA was is a better team than Temple right now, even though Temple's in a better league. Like, it's just they're not very good right now. So you can't take too much out of that. If Auburn can neutralize him in the run game and make him one-dimensional, it gets tight to me down the stretch. But to do that, Auburn's DBs are going to have to show up. And I think they're going to have to play more man coverage, and I think they will. I'm with you, Cole. I'm not sure how much zone you're going to be able to play on this team because guys like Deion Burks are going to eat you up if you do.
Mateer will, because he is very different to me than Arnold. They have a similar skill set if you look at them, but different in he likes to get rid of it. He's not looking to run. Arnold's looking to run.
Yeah.
It's a little different. I want to see maybe a little bit more from Arnold where he goes, I'm gonna confidently push that ball in that zone hole, or just I'm gonna take, and he did actually take more shots than I realized that going back through. There's a couple times when it was an RPO and he chose to throw it, and I think probably in his helmet, Freeze goes, all right, green light. I want to try this one. Let's try this one. You wonder how much they're going to do that, because they're going to need to really – they're going to have to force it to Cam Coleman and Singleton and Simmons, should he be healthy, and I think he will be. So, to answer your question real quick, though, Oklahoma, I'd say they're in the top 5 of the SEC right now. They're pretty clean.
No doubt.
Defense.
Yeah.
They're good.
That was the one thing I remembered about the Michigan game, is I was like, damn, those guys are good. And that was just the front. I believe it was just the front 4.
They hit and get off blocks. I mean, it's what you would expect from a Brent Venables defense, right?
Sure. All right, let's get to some calls. But before we do, remember, if you're in Auburn, Opelika County looking for some real estate help, looking to upgrade a house, maybe move, maybe find an investment property, look no further for the help you need. Miss Jessica Andrews with First Realty. Give her a call, 334-704-4442. A lot of 4s in that number. Do not be deceived. She's a freaking 5-star realtor. If you don't believe me, just ask me and I'll tell you. Yay. Or ask Alan Hitt. He'll tell you. Fantastic. Been working around the clock. Goes above and beyond for her clients. Never had anything less than a 5-star review. She is a consensus 5-star realtor. Give her a call. Jessica Andrews with First Realty, 334-704-4442. Tell her we think you. All right, Zach in the back. If you've got anybody that wants to holler at us, send them on in.
We got a few people on the line.
Oh.
Anthony, you're live, man.
Oh.
Fellows.
Fellow.
What up, Anthony?
How y'all doing tonight?
Man, we're doing fantastic. This is a great. I don't know what's up with Kevin, but this is like 1B for me.
There you go.
Great start.
Hey,
Great start.
1A for me. But go ahead, Anthony.
Oh, fair enough.
Hey, just quick before I start, man. They didn't have me. I've been arguing on the corner all week, man. We need to calm down. And we got to calm down, man. We got an offense that can move up and down the field. Ain't seen that in years. Everybody talking about shots. Damn, we just got good at offense. Everybody, now y'all want to look like Tennessee and Oregon and Ohio State. Can we just constantly start getting first down? Like, take it forward. We work the middle of the field. We're not making mistakes. It's gonna come. They want to force feed the ball to Cam and all that. Cam got to catch the ball. I love Cam to death. Cam can't be alligator on him every time he go across the middle.
True.
I don't nobody want to talk about it. I'm gonna say it. Don't nobody want to talk about it.
Needs to be said.
Last year too, but this the 3rd or 4th drop that Cam then went across the middle, and when he saw that safety or backer coming down here, he made a business decision. So don't tell me about Cam Coleman. You got to run the whole route tree if you want to be a superstar. But,
well put.
Preach, big dog.
My question for tonight is simple. Give me a letter grade for offense, defense, and special teams just for the first 3 games of the year.
First 3 games of the year, letter grades. I like it. I don't want to grade the USA game, but I will grade all 3 together, Anthony. I tell you what, Anthony, are you still here?
Oh, just dropped off the line.
Okay, that's fine. Anthony, if you're still listening, man, I'd like to hear your grades. Is anybody ready? Cole, are you ready?
Why don't we do one at a time? So offense.
Okay.
So we can think about it.
B plus.
B
for me.
plus.
Yeah.
I'm going A-. No turnovers.
Yeah.
You've had a back-to-back 100-yard rusher the
Mhm.
last 2 games. I'm a minus.
I mean, you've had a 100-yard rusher in all 3 games.
Did Damari go the first game?
Jackson Arnold
Jackson
did.
Arnold.
Jackson went 130. That's right.
I think you'd give the run game an A+, the
Yes.
passing offense maybe a B-, and then it
Balances out.
Yeah.
Yep.
B+ is good for me. A-, I wouldn't argue with that at all.
No, I'm with you on the B+. I need to see a little bit more in the throw game. I felt like
That's
quick
fair.
games have been good. Again,
Yeah, I
it's
hear you.
probably in that range of 10 to 20 where you're right, Cole. We're just not sticking it in there confidently, consistently, right? Like
Yeah.
it's the consistency piece that I want to see continue to improve. But B+ for me. That's where I'm at with it.
Okay, 2 B pluses that outweighs the A-. So we'll a B+ for offense. Defense, Cole.
I'm gonna go with the. I'm between C+ and B-. I think I'll go B- just because the run defense has been good.
I'm at C+. I expect
I'm a C. I don't know where. I don't know what level, but I'm a C.
So people probably won't like that I went that high because everybody's mad at defense right now, and
Mhm.
I understand. But if you can stop the run, you got a chance always, and they do.
No, that's why I'm a C+ because I'm with you. They have been really good at stopping the run up until this week. South Alabama, they showed, and I felt like, again, give South Alabama a little bit of credit here because they did mix things up and they were able to attack the edges. And of course, there were a couple of times they ran counter down Auburn's throat. Like I'm going to be honest with you on that.
Yeah,
one.
they did.
And
They absolutely did.
and that surprised me a little bit. Now, there were some young players that were in when that happened. And so you have to take all of that into context. And I think the other thing that people need to recognize is how many young players were playing. And I'm not talking about
For sure.
garbage snaps. Like they were playing game
Oh, yeah.
snaps, like legitimately games still ongoing, big time snaps. And that's going to pay dividends down the road. But in games like that, it's going to make things look uglier and tighter than they necessarily needed to be. So it's C+ for me, but they have an opportunity to jump, significantly higher. I'm just seeing some busts on the back end that discouraged me a little bit, particularly with what you have forthcoming on the schedule.
I'm a solid C, which balances Cole's B- to a C+. So we're going to go C+ on defense, B+ on offense, special teams.
B. Maybe B+.
You've had a
for
kick
me.
return touchdown.
B+.
Yeah, B+. Yeah.
You've had some penalties. You haven't missed any kicks except for
Nope.
one.
Well,
I'm not overly impressed with the punt game right now.
Hey,
that's the hiccup for me, right?
and I was not expecting that.
I didn't really know what to expect from him. Honestly.
I was expecting him to be good. Like I was expecting him to be great.
His average wasn't great at Oklahoma. I think it was 43, which is not bad, but it could be better. I mean, we've seen better punters at Auburn. So I thought maybe if he's in that range, he's okay. I mean, he's not a bad punter by any means. It's just not – you're really not flipping the field with him, I don't think.
No, I think where he's going to have to improve is that corner kick, that coffin corner kick, where he's limiting the return, right? So if you're getting that kickoff, and I don't care if you're getting it 37 to 42 yards, if you're getting zero return and I don't have to worry about that ever, well, your stock's going to go up with me somewhat. I don't think he's ever going to be a guy that's going to boom at 58, 60 yards in the air and completely flip a field like you've seen for some of these other teams.
Yeah.
But I don't think he has to be that to be a good punter for what Auburn needs him to be, which is just to reassert field positions, particularly if Auburn's offense is going to continue to consistently move the ball. If it stalls out around the 50, that's all you really need is a nice 30, 40-yard kick just to make sure you pin them.
Anthony's got offense A-, defense C-, special teams B-, and that
I agree.
That tracks, doesn't it, Cole?
It does. I'll say, hey, when you throw Connor Gibbs in on kickoff, he's putting it in the end zone. He only had one that was not a touchback.
All right.
If C is average, I think the special teams units as a whole has been above average, not much.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go B- on the special teams.
How big of a pickup is Connor Gibbs right now?
It's huge.
Freaking huge, dude.
And you notice, by the way, and Justin and I were talking about this in the press box, they were in a field goal situation where it really would have made the most sense to do that and kick a field goal, get the points, extend your lead later in the game. Would have been about I think it was in the 35 to 40 range field goal. And we both thought, okay, this is where we find out who are they sending out, and they went for it.
Yeah.
And I thought, I don't know if that's good or not.
You got to get him in there, don't you, before you go to Oklahoma?
Well,
you're gonna need him, man.
But it was at a part. It was very unfortunate because it was at a part in the game where it converting that fourth down was a big momentum swing.
Sure, yeah, you're right.
It was, and so I felt
Still
like
didn't score on that, did they?
I think they did. I can't remember. I'm not to it yet.
They didn't score in the fourth quarter. Auburn, and I think they only scored.
They did. You're right. They did. I don't think they scored at all in the.
No, they didn't. They didn't score at all. They scored 3 points in the entire second half.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And that was McPherson.
Yes.
I thought they would have put Connor in just to give him an opportunity because in a game like Oklahoma next week, you're going to have to kick a field goal.
You have to.
Or you would think you would have to, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine you not, right? Because if you look at last year's game, a field goal ices that for Auburn. They win that ball game.
You're right. And did they have a miss? Maybe two. At least one miss in that game.
I'm almost positive because didn't they have one in the first half where they rushed it? Wasn't that game? And maybe I'm wrong. Chat, light me up if I'm wrong on that, but I feel like they had two.
Well, do we agree that special teams overall is improved from a year ago?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I agree.
By the way, McPherson's field goal was from 34. I just looked that up. And it looked like it could have been good from 40.
That means you're on the 17-yard line, so you're inside the red zone, and you're sending McPherson out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 34, I mean, we were wondering what his range was, and we had heard maybe 30 plus he wouldn't be available, but 34 gets that one. Again, thought it could have been good from 40. And I have a hot take for y'all.
Okay.
Shoot.
I think Bryce Kane is every bit as fast as Eric Singleton. He can fly. That kick return was ridiculous. I have not gotten to see him open it up like that in a while. He can fly.
He can move.
They tried to get him in the run game too. He came in for Singleton in the second half. I think he lost 3 or 4 yards, but
he did.
Yeah.
He did. I don't think he has the wiggle that Eric has.
No.
I'll be honest with you. He's not as fluid. But as far as pure speed, you're right, Cole. He can move.
He can.
Real quick, back to the point on Gibbs. You know, we established letter grades for everything now, right? But I was watching that game and I was looking through the entire team. I thought Auburn really effectively used the portal. And he is kind of a microcosm of that. And sometimes you think about portal usage in like your top end players like Jackson Arnold or Eric Singleton. But think about how critical just adding a kicker and a kicker of his ability is to Auburn special teams and how debilitating it was a year ago for not having that foresight and using that. So I think Auburn, the personnel department, deserves some love for making sure that you address that need.
And he was good at Southern Miss. Like his stats were great. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why I thought he was from Georgia Tech, but he came from Southern Miss. I'm reminding myself.
He was like 10 of 12 or 10 of 11 or something like that.
He was 10 of 13, and he made a 59-yarder in a game against South Alabama. Good. It was against South Alabama when he made that one.
He was good, man. Good stuff, Anthony. I always appreciate you, big dog.
I believe we have Kevin here.
Uh-oh.
Kevin,
sneaking in.
You're live.
Good stuff, Anthony. I always appreciate you, big dog.
TV guy.
This is Wanda from Wilmer, Alabama.
Wanda always coming in clean.
Yeah.
Hey,
I spoke too soon.
I think Auburn has played 3 great games.
Okay.
Hey, Wanda, will you turn the TV down in the background?
Oh, okay.
Wanda is coming in a lot cleaner.
Yeah. Kevin is at his sister's in Birmingham.
Okay.
And he doesn't have a phone, so he asked me to call in for him.
Well, you sound great, Wanda. You're going to have to tell Kevin where to sit next week.
Just missing Kevin.
So, what'd Kevin think about the game, Wanda?
Oh my gosh, he is on cloud nine.
Auburn's 3-0, right?
Cam
He
Coleman,
is
touchdown.
excited.
Cam Coleman got his first touchdown of the season.
He did. That was big.
Oh yes.
I believe it was a 32-yarder, maybe.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
30
Shot-
plus.
a shot play.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Wanda, have y'all set a new date for your wedding? I'm going to take that as a no.
No.
We might have lost her.
And,
We did. Oh, okay. We lost her now.
Hey, well,
I
hey,
believe we have Scott Underwood here. Scott.
Oh,
yeah.
it's been a minute since we've had Sky on.
How about ye?
That's a voice right there, man.
It is, isn't it?
I ran into you not too long ago downtown Birmingham. You probably don't remember. I'm sure your friends said you had a good time.
no. Is Jessica listening? Keep that quiet. People. No, I'm kidding.
You was having fun, my man.
Oh, always.
Guys, look, I think it's obvious. College football team, you want to improve from week to week.
Okay.
Week 1, that Baylor game, we saw a really solid football team. And it got our confidence up. Really strong running game. And then week 2 came, Ball State. I know they're terrible, but we opened up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, threw the ball. Week 3 gets here, USA, perception-wise, guys, it kind of feels like we took a step backwards, perception-wise. And I realize we played a lot of young players, but we got Oklahoma next week, man. And it feels like we wasted a really good opportunity to push the ball down the field, to practice our passing game against USA. We ranked next to last in the SEC in passing offense. And, you know, entering the season, we were supposed to have one of the best wide receiver rooms in the country. And those guys are dropping balls, and I'm just a little concerned. I feel like our 2 biggest vulnerabilities is downfield passing and pass defense.
Mm.
And my question, guys, is what do you think is the better win in 2025? Beating Michigan on your own home field against a true freshman quarterback, or going on the road and beating Baylor and arguably the best quarterback in the country? And I'll hang up and listen.
Okay, that's a fair question. Does Auburn have the better win, or does Oklahoma have the better win? Michigan right now is ranked 21. I just looked, and I don't know if Baylor is ranked.
I don't believe that they are.
But we've seen what Sawyer Robertson is.
Yeah.
He's freaking good.
That's
All
a
right.
fair statement to say. I mean, maybe not the best, but he's up there. I mean, I think he's playing his way into a draft spot.
For sure. I mean, he's going to be one of those guys probably that's not a starter in the league, but a guy that holds a clipboard for the better part of 10 plus years.
Yeah, you know, it reminds me of when Auburn took on Justin Herbert against Oregon, and
Oh, no.
I will say Baylor is a 2.5-point favorite over the Fighting Kenny Dillinghams this weekend.
I believe it. Did they get that game in Waco?
Yes.
Okay. Cole, go ahead. You were about to go on your stump, man, so I want to hear it.
no,
Stun on them, big dog.
I'm in for it.
I think I just said it reminds me of when Auburn played Justin Herbert at Oregon, and you watched
Yeah.
it and went, that's an NFL quarterback right there. It felt very similar watching Sawyer Robertson. He's an NFL quarterback. You can tell. And they took care. I mean, look, he threw for 400 on Auburn. That was more of a team thing where they came together and said, we will answer every punch that we take, which is very exciting moving forward. I think that's going to be good when you get into an Oklahoma game. I don't know, man. Those wins are very similar. I might give the edge to the Michigan game, Sky, because Michigan attempted to go right at them in the run game, and they couldn't really move them.
Mm-mm.
And that is where you get worried about Oklahoma, because they got some studs in their front seven. Studs.
That is Oklahoma's front seven is part of why when Jeffrey and I were talking last week and felt like Oklahoma had the advantage still over Auburn in that game. And I still feel that way. It's that the best part of Auburn's offense right now is its running game, period, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Oklahoma seems to have the ability to combat that. Now, we'll see, right? Because I do believe that Auburn's wide receiver core is significantly better than anything that Michigan rolled out there. And they have the ability to challenge Oklahoma in ways that Michigan did not. Unfortunately, and I feel bad for the young kid being thrown out there. I didn't think Chip Lindsey and the offensive game plan that they employed did much in the way of trying to generate some kind of momentum for him. And it's probably because of the lack of confidence they've got in their receiving core. But they didn't really push the ball downfield very much. It was a lot of quick game, a lot of short game for them. And maybe this is where they thought they had to live. But you're right, Cole. They tried to take the fight to Oklahoma, and Oklahoma absolutely said, I'm your Huckleberry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they got a bunch of dogs up front. One of them's R. Mason Thomas, which someone said in the comment he will be out for the first half because of targeting in the second half. But David Stone, number 0.
Yeah, he's a stud, man.
He's the best D lineman I've watched this year. And I don't think it's close.
To give points to Auburn, though, you're right in the fact that going on the road to Baylor in a place where you knew they were going to put up points and score, and to be able to control the line of scrimmage that way, that was impressive. I mean, you can't take that away from Auburn. So, I mean, it's tough, right? It's a different matchup, and I think Baylor's not as good on defense as what people might have anticipated.
They're not good at all on defense.
Right. And I don't know how good Michigan is on offense. And those are the two questions I think that'll be answered in the Oklahoma game.
Yeah. And let me say to the beginning of what Sky said too, I just don't I don't feel like Auburn took a step back, even with perception. If you're worried about perception, I'm certainly not. I couldn't care less about perception. I don't care about it. I don't. Sorry. I just don't. And I don't care about the passing game numbers. I don't care. Win the football game. And I'm not saying Skies. He was just bringing the point. But to that point, I'm just saying those numbers they couldn't be more irrelevant to me.
I'm with you. Again, I thought Jeffrey called it. It just felt like Auburn was just trying to get out of that game. Like South Alabama was really never, in my opinion, there was never any real jeopardy that Auburn was going to lose that game. And Auburn just kind of kept them at arm's distance the entire time. And they did enough. They did enough to kind of just squeak it out, or not squeak it out, but just get the game over with. It was an 11 o'clock game that you could tell that there just wasn't that emotion there the same way there was against Ball State. There wasn't that same electricity, and there certainly wasn't the same way it was against Baylor. And I do think it's hard to play on that level of emotion like you played against for Baylor 12 games out of the year. I mean, I think you can get up for every game, but how up can you get? I think that's difficult, right? I think this team's going to be up for Oklahoma. The question is, are they good enough to get the win? And that we don't know just yet.
Yeah, like it's going to be pretty even, I think, honestly. Yeah. At the end of the day, I think it's pretty even, and somebody is going to have to make the right coaching call. You're going to have a guy like Cam Coleman make an incredible play to separate yourself in this game. And we don't know yet. We don't know what that looks like yet. That's what it is. The good news, and we'll get to the next caller, is I have not seen yet Auburn not be in control.
Yeah.
They've been in control every quarter, every snap of the game, of the 3 games they played so far.
2:30 kickoff. Be interesting. Good stuff, Scott. Appreciate you calling in, big dog.
I believe we have Darren here. Darren, you're live, man.
Hey, good afternoon, good evening, I guess, to everybody. Long day on the water, so I'm a little bit waterlogged.
How about you, Darren?
Sound tired there, Darren.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, good day. I mean, water was slick. Dolphins were playing. My Dolphins lost, but other than that, my Enterprise Wildcats are getting killed. You can tell that 4 D1 players came off Enterprise's team.
Yeah.
Alan, I think you can see that too, right?
Yeah, you can definitely see that. You can see that over at Elba as well.
Speaking of which, Eric Winters, man, Eric Winters continues to show out.
He is the best safety on the
really
roster.
Proud. I mean, I think I had asked y'all right before the season started, and y'all called it. Boundary secondary, and he was possibly going to be more playing time. Y'all hit that one nail on the head. You know, it was in the comments, and Cole, you already said it. Just win. I mean, Al Davis, just win, baby. Dude, I need to pass every down. No, because I control the line of scrimmage. I can run the ball. Why would I need to throw the ball? Why did we lose to Oklahoma last year? Because some idiot was with 11-point leads throwing the ball with an MS quarterback. I mean, so why put yourself in that? You know, and I agree with the other thing. We've been in control of these games. It's not like we've had to. I mean, we won by 16 points. USA came in there with a different attitude. A Utah State quarterback transfer, their first time ever. They're in Auburn. They get to play the big boy in Alabama. I mean, you know, so yeah, there was a little bit more moxie probably in their mind at that point. So I just think that I don't agree with the perception thing either. I think you do whatever you do based on matchup, and that's every week. It's not the same 11 on 11 every week. So you've got to make that game. That's why the game plan is to make a game plan that works for Baylor, that works for Oklahoma, that works for Georgia. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Luckily for us, so far it's been good. And I you know, this next 4 games, especially the next 3, we need 2 of these 3. And I don't know how we find them. Georgia looked massive up front. They just at will ran it down Tennessee's throat, but their defense was giving. Y'all, I'm shocked at how much these defenses in the SEC are giving up so many points. We talk about our secondary. I mean, I think the over/under for Georgia, Tennessee was like 48 or 49 points. They scored like 100. I'm guessing, but it was high.
It was 80 something, 85.
Was it? Was it?
Yeah, really well. I think it was 44-41 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, something. Yeah, 44-41.
Yeah. So, couple of observations and a question. One thing is, man, kicker misses again. What if Tennessee goes for it, right, and gets the first down on 4th down? Maybe they go and they make a touchdown. But is it just me, Alan, Cole, Jay Lee? I mean, I'm seeing more teams go for it on 4th down rather than putting the kicker out there. Is that the case? And what do y'all see? Is the game changing a little bit? Is the defense now behind offense? But just a question. I'll hang up and listen. But I'm just curious: are we getting behind on defense, and now offense has got the edge? Thanks, y'all. Have a great weekend.
Appreciate you, Darren. I have noticed that, and I was actually surprised to see the number of times teams have went for it on 4th down. I mean, and not in like, you know, from 25 to 35, you kind of got that sweet spot where you either want to try a long field goal, or if it's 4th and 4, do you want to just try your hand at it? But I mean, we're talking about like midfield, and it's. I don't know if it's specific to the down and distance in the game and the opponent and how you're feeling, or are we just in general in college football seeing more 4th down, tries?
Cole, go ahead, and then I'll jump in.
Well, Darren, I could do a whole show on this, but I will make it very short. Lack of physicality across the board in college football, lack of fundamentals in a lot of cases. Offense, the game is tailored toward offense. That's part of it. And, just how many defenses out there are offenses looking at and going, I ain't running at them? They go, no, we can run on them. I haven't seen a defensive line other than Oklahoma's maybe that you can't run on. And I think Auburn's going to be able to run on Oklahoma a little bit, but it's not going to be easy. They're not going to be able to lean on it. But the bottom line is that, and again, I could do a whole show on it and probably get in trouble, make a lot of people mad.
No, I think a lot of things have moved analytically based, right? You have the guy with the mythical analytics book that sits up there that tells you the percentages on the down and distance for everything. And right now, I think the usage on fourth down calls contingent on, again, where you are positioned on the field. Analytics highly favor going for it on fourth down just because of the success rate, especially in something under, I think, 5 yards. And that's what I think Lane Kiffin was a little bit ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Because you saw him running to set up fourth down 2 years ago. I mean, he would run in obvious box counts down where the defense was anticipating throw.
Yeah.
And they would get into these very fourth and short or fourth and manageable type situations. A lot of people have caught up to that. They've kind of started to do it themselves. I didn't realize Baylor was one of those teams that was of that variety. You typically don't see defensive coaches that push the button that much on fourth down, but they certainly did in that game. And it felt like Auburn decided they wanted to control things as well by maintaining it in this game, going for it a couple different times on fourth down and trying to keep drives alive. One other thing, Cole, and I want to get your and Jeffrey's take on this. I think the new clock rules play into you going to it on fourth down as well to continue to have the clock roll, particularly for good rushing teams, because you can continue to manage and maintain time of possession, which ultimately dictates outcomes of games at this point. Because if you're going to hold it, I mean, if you can be ball control in this environment, in this day and age, and shorten the game, I think it plays to your advantage, which is why that Vanderbilt offense is so difficult to play against.
I was about to point straight to Vandy.
All right, good stuff, Darren. Appreciate you calling in, big dog.
3688. You're live. Who we talking to? Where are you calling from?
Hey guys, this is Jonathan from Troy. How are y'all?
Doing well, Jonathan. How about yourself, buddy?
Sorry for the delay there. I had my mic muted.
Understandable.
All good.
So, Fordham Eagle, we're 3-0. It's good news.
That is the best news you can have.
So, obviously, I think our biggest concern, in my opinion, is our middle of the field defense, the linebackers and safeties. Would y'all agree?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Trigg tore us up week 1. Other tight ends are good slot wide receivers are probably going to have field days in that area. Do y'all think that getting Champ Anthony back will help out? And also, I haven't seen very much of Riddick on the field either.
I haven't either.
Xavier Atkins is kind of solidly taking over one of the primary linebacker roles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I heard that was possible during fall camp. Now, I think Riddick's, he's a little bit banged up, and that's playing into it. But look, if you're going to be on the field, you gotta fight through it.
Yeah, as Trooper Taylor once said, you can't make the club if you're always in the tub, my man.
Oh, that's great. I've never heard that.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
As far as the kicking, I have thought that during these last 2 games, I know hindsight is 20/20, but I figured maybe getting Towns Magoo out there for some of the extra points possibly could have helped him get over the yips, maybe, short, easy, watch it go through the uprights. And I understand, like, getting forgot his name. McPherson out there because he deserves it. I mean, all the that guy's went through. He absolutely deserves to be out there every chance he gets. But I figured probably putting Towns Magoo. Do you think that him being out there, maybe kicking a few extra points during these last 2 games, potentially could have helped him get over the yips or whatever he's going through?
I don't know, man. I will not pretend. I feel like I know a good bit about football. I will not pretend to act like I know about kickers. We need to talk to Turner Walker.
They're a different breed
on the board.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I feel like kicker is one of those positions that it's hard to coach being a kicker if you've never kicked. You know what I mean? I think it benefits you to have somebody that's been experienced in special teams helping these guys out. And that's not me in any way trying to take a shot at Chad. I think it's hard mentally to understand what those guys go through if you haven't done it yourself.
I actually took a sports science class in college where it teaches you why these problems happen, how to get over it, puts you in the situation.
Oh, wow.
It was an awesome class. It was my favorite class I ever took.
Oh, cool.
And it actually it was on a scale. It had a like a scale, like a rating scale for what the hardest thing you can do in sports was, and kicking a field goal, like in the last minutes, was up there. Free throw, in a tight spot, making a big putt, stuff like that.
Yeah,
it was cool. But that kicking a field goal with everything that goes on in football and everything that's on you're coming off cold, off the bench.
Yes.
All of that it makes it the toughest, I think.
But to answer Jonathan's question specifically, I don't know what would help Towns not have the yips. I just don't. I wish I did.
I will say too about your nickel question, they got an issue there. Because they don't have figured out this match.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Is it me, or did you feel like Sylvester got kind of picked on in this past game? I don't know, man. I feel like Sly does really great against the run and playing the line close to the line of scrimmage there. But in the passing game, he seems to be getting, I don't know, man. It seems to be getting abused a little bit. Yeah, and I'll be interested to see if this isn't a game where Pleasant slides into the nickel. Like, I think one, if I were going to make an adjustment, I might slide him into the nickel. And then obviously, getting Champ Anthony back in the back end, I think that provides some leadership back there. It will help. Will it solve everything? No, but I think it will help.
And he can play in the slot too, and I think he'll help.
Yeah. Good stuff, Jonathan. Appreciate you calling in.
0548. You're live. Who we talking to? Where are you calling from?
Gentlemen, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you.
Hey, Jay Lee. This is Kyle in Gardendale. You always give me a hard time for being a Rocket, but
sure.
It's all good. All love.
Understandably so.
No, man. Well, I know y'all. I got in a little late tonight, but man, I don't know how y'all do it sometimes. Just the constant pessimism and negativity that some people post. I mean, it's just unbelievable. We beat. Was it a perfect game? No, but my God, man, you would think we're looking at, another losing season. You think that this offense is completely inefficient again. Based off some people, and it just gets old. We have not had a 10-win season since 2017. It's not like this program is just ready. It's just been running perfectly fine and humming great. I mean, we honestly haven't been relevant since the first 7 games of the Brian Harsin era. I mean, and we all knew what was going on. Well, we didn't all know, but you guys knew what was going on behind the scenes and knew disaster was coming and in a hurry. So I just wish Auburn fans would just take a step back, appreciate the fact that this team is taking care of business. We are 3-0, by God, going into the SEC. That is a positive step in the right direction. And you know what? We're going to get every opportunity against Oklahoma to win that game. They are heavily dependent on Mateer. And I know Cole did a breakdown on Michigan, but I mean, they ran that Q counter against Michigan several times. And it just seems like they are Mateer dependent. Now, I'm with Alan and what he said over the past few weeks. Mateer is lights out. And I think he has a really unique skill set that not many players can match. But my God, man, I just wish the Auburn fans would just take a breath. We're about to really find out what this team's made of. And I think we're all going to really love and appreciate the way that they respond the next few weeks. I really do. And just want to call in tonight. Appreciate everything you guys do. And I'll leave it with this. Alan, would you say when it comes to Mateer, would you say it is more critical to take away the run aspect, or would you say that we should go man, or go man, take away the run aspect, or do you think that DJ Durkin's going to have to be very multiple and approach this a lot of different ways? But appreciate all you guys do. Y'all have a great week, and War Eagle.
Appreciate it, Kyle. War Eagle to you, buddy.
Great call.
No, call the night for sure. I think you're going to have to be multiple. You can't get into any one set defense against John Mateer and what they're going to do. He's very comfortable with the offense that Ben Arbuckle runs. Obviously, that's one that they've kind of imported by way of Washington State, where you brought the offensive coordinator and the quarterback. But I think consistently changing the picture for him, and I mean pre-snap to post-snap picture, the rotation of your safeties, the mixes and coverages that you utilize, you can't get into some kind of a pattern. And if you do, you got to bust that pattern, because if you get in one solid coverage, and I think you saw this with Ole Miss versus Arkansas, this is not me trying to bag on T-Will. I watched that because I'm a Trav fan, but I felt like they got into a hole of just playing man coverage last night, and Ole Miss ate them up, man. Like, offenses are too good for you to stay in one thing consistently. Now, I do think they're going to have to sprinkle in more man than what they've played, and more press man at that, because they're going to have to jam guys and create things on the line of scrimmage to take the physicality to Oklahoma. But I don't think you can stay into any one particular coverage, and they're going to have to mix it. And again, I do think it's important to show them one thing pre-snap and show them another thing post-snap, and make sure that you are doing everything you can to keep them off balance in their house, because they're going to be playing with house money, right? Like, I think they feel real comfortable right now about Auburn coming in, and what you want to do is get him uncomfortable real quick. And I think the biggest thing Auburn can do is take away the quarterback run game. If you can take that away from them and make them one-dimensional, that's where Auburn can win the game.
Yep, stop the run.
Good stuff, Kyle. Appreciate you calling in, bud. Don't be a stranger.
That's where Auburn
8491. You're live. Who are we talking to? Where are you calling from?
It's Ricky from Birmingham.
Hey, how about you, Ricky?
I'm all right. I have two questions tonight.
Okay.
My first question, before the season started, I had Auburn losing to Oklahoma. But after seeing how we played the first 3 weeks and how Oklahoma played against Michigan, I kind of changed it a little bit. I kind of switched it, the loss to Georgia, and I think we can beat Oklahoma. But I'm gonna give Auburn 3 points. That's my early prediction.
Okay.
I have A&M, Missouri, Arkansas, and Vanderbilt at toss-ups right now. I still think we can beat Alabama. I don't care how they played good yesterday, because Wisconsin not really nobody really.
But we can talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I'm with you on that, Ricky.
My second question, Friday I will be in Georgia, go to see Parker play Carrollton. Does Auburn have any players from Carrollton that they have on their board that should look out for?
Good stuff, Ricky. Hey, appreciate you calling in. Carrollton, I think it's more Douglas County.
Yes.
Yeah, Douglas County, Colquitt County.
I'm trying to think West Georgia. I don't think Carrollton had – I think they had somebody last year, the year before last, but I don't think they have anybody this year. As far as Parker goes –
they got a lot of players, but –
yeah. So, yeah, Parker have anybody this year?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got Vodney Cleveland.
Yeah.
A couple others. I don't know if they're on Auburn's radar exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Vodney's on Auburn's radar. I think it's just.
Yeah, Ricky, I would say keep an eye on him. I'd like to hear how he looks.
Quilly, I don't know how you say his name for Carrollton. Quilly Fielder is a 2028 offensive tackle that is going to be a big deal at Carrollton.
Okay. Keep an eye on the OT, Ricky.
Yep.
Good stuff. Appreciate you calling in, Rick.
Last caller of the night. I believe we have Edward here. Edward, you're live, man.
What's going on, fellas?
How about you, big dog?
It's Sunday, and I needed a sermon. Get in here, Edward.
Oh man, how y'all fellas doing?
Fantastic.
I see y'all had summing me up last week, man. My little cuz got his offer from Auburn, man. I was
Yeah.
happy about that.
Yep, we saw him.
McCreary, Nehemiah.
Yep, we saw him in person, Edward.
Yeah.
He's got the look.
He impressive looking kid, man.
I couldn't believe he was a ninth grader.
I know.
Oh yeah, man. He's just 15. You know, he about 2 months older than my daughter.
Wow.
But yeah. It's amazing what some people just blessed. God just blessed genetically, man. He just one of those people that he just blessed genetically. He just got the right genetics. But
he is pretty.
Being on the plane yesterday, man, and came to the game yesterday because I wanted to see for myself, man. And I can't lie, when that defense was on the field, this one player caught my eye. And I only watched that player and what he did every time he was on the field. It didn't matter what the rest of the defense did. That number 25, that whole Winters boy, that's a future All-American right there, buddy.
Yep.
Not only, the size and all of that, but the kid is a smart football player. That's what I was watching. He's a one of a kind. And I'm just looking forward to see how he develops.
Yeah. Yep. He's a 3-level player.
Yes.
I was impressed. But, I said from the beginning I needed to go 3-0 to get my confidence.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Now it's what it told me to love. Cole Pinkston, for the last 2 years, you spoke on the Service Academy offense. We still running that Service Academy offense. But we got somebody that's a little bit more efficient in running.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, you can win with that. I wish he would have took this same approach the last 2 years. You could have won with this. With Jacquez, the same, just run the football. Pretty much what he's doing, just running the football, and we'll take the shots if it's there. But to me, he did a masterful job at one thing, and that's protecting Jackson. I really think he's trying to build Jackson's confidence over these last 3 games.
I agree with that.
But now, the training wheel got to come on.
Mm-hmm.
The training wheel got to come on because your next 3 teams you play are all led by defensive-minded head coaches. So, I wish, I've seen a little bit more pop in the passing game. I still don't know what to make of, just the drop back passing game because I hadn't been too impressed with that.
Sure.
Now here's when you're gonna need that to get out of those 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. You're gonna need that now. So I'm just interested to see because I really believe for the rest of your schedule from here on out, you can win every game or you can lose every game. That's SEC wise.
Yes.
I don't see a team on my schedule that I feel like I just can't beat. I can beat everybody that's on my schedule, honestly. But it's going to take it. We kept saying the number 1 receiving corp in the SEC. Now it's time for you to see it. You got to see it now because to me, that's what's going to take you over the top. Like, a lot of people down on the defense. I'm not. I think what DJ Durkin doing is going to pay benefits down the road. I was at that game yesterday, and one time it was down there all freshmen on the field at one time, and the game was still at hand. At this time, I say it was like this 3rd quarter. Game still at hand. He got down there all freshmen on the field at one time.
I know it.
I would have loved to see a little bit more of that on the offensive side, especially for a guy like Omar. I would have leaned on him a little bit yesterday because DeMario with the shoulder, the stingers, that's liable to come back. One good pop on that shoulder. With your other guy, your transfer, he hadn't showed that he can stay healthy since high school. So there's a good chance that you go in SEC play, you might have to reach back and grab one of those freshmen back. I thought yesterday was a good time to get them plenty work. We know what Cobb is at this point. I don't need to get Cobb banged up in South Alabama. So that would have been an opportunity to get your young guys, even your young quarterback. And that's what scared me. Jackson liked to run the ball. Jackson liked to put his head down like he a fullback.
Yeah.
Jackson take one good hit. Deuce showed you that he needs some time. But we really hadn't, other than the few snaps he played, he really hadn't played much. So what do you look like as the backup quarterback? I think it's still a lot of answers that got to be answered, man, and there's still a lot of question marks for me. But we 3-0, and we rank, so I'm going to take it. And
that's right.
Man, I just want to hear y'all guys talk, man.
That's it, Edward.
I just want to hear you talk, man. I learn something every time.
I'm telling you.
You know,
yeah, I'm here.
Well, I thought we can't remember who it was. Cole had alluded to this, but I thought Brian Kelly's post game
Rant.
I loved it. And it was almost like, what do you want? We just won by 10. Yeah, but your third down convert. What do you want? We just won by 10. Yeah, but you had 5 turnovers. We just won by 10.
And that might be the best SEC team, honestly, LSU. They might be.
They could. Edward called it when he talked about that there is just a ton of parity right now. And there's not a team on this schedule that Auburn couldn't beat, and there's not a team on this schedule that Auburn couldn't lose to, with the exception of maybe Kentucky. Kentucky sucks.
Yeah.
But it's just they're all bunched together. I think this is going to be the year that you're going to see like 8 teams between 8-4 and 10-2. I honestly believe you're going to have that much parity bubbled up there at the top. And Auburn's in the mix of all that. And the separator is going to be, to me, who can stay healthy and who can play efficient, clean football. And to this point, Auburn has largely done both of those things. Now, can they do it against what is going to be a ridiculous stretch of games? And I'm going to put Missouri in that, right? Like you're going to go Oklahoma, you're going to go Oklahoma, A&M, Georgia, Missouri. That's a tough slate, man. That's 4 top 25 teams you got to play all right there in a row. And then you kind of get a little bit of a break. But realistically, man, you saw what Vanderbilt did to South Carolina last night. I know that their quarterback didn't play, but I'm not real high on South Carolina this year anyway. Look, Diego Pavia, for whatever he is, he's the most about this shit quarterback that I have ever seen, dude.
That's a dog right there.
He is, man. He's not perfect by any means, but he's out there to win.
Yeah, I respect it. I don't care what anybody says about him. I know this whole thing with him coming back, whatever, but I game recognize game, okay?
No doubt.
Recognize game.
Hey, I want to say to what Edward said, I don't mean to cut you off, Alan. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I think we walked through the schedule at one point, like in an off-season show that we did, and we went, okay, feel comfortable calling this a win. This one is a toss-up. This one's a loss.
Yeah, win-loss toss. Yeah,
I don't see a loss anymore. I see toss-ups.
I agree.
And it's not because the SEC's down. I think Auburn's better than. I think Auburn is doing better things than I thought they were going to do at this point. I'm seeing better football, and I think that gives them a chance in every game. And I think even if you do hit the injury bug a little bit, I think you might be okay at certain places on this roster, and you'll have some injuries. It's going to happen, but I see every game as a toss-up now.
Yeah. I think to your point, I think the top of the SEC is down some, right? Like you don't have a dominant team, in my honest opinion. There is no dominant team in the SEC, but the floor of the league is higher than it has ever been.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Look, go to Fayetteville and don't think Taylor Green can't beat you. He can take over a game, man. Like you can't afford to have a down week, I think, in the league this year, or you're going to lose. And again, when we get to the end of all this, you're going to see a bunch of teams clumped together 8-4, 10-2. And which of those Auburn is going to really depend on, again, health, clean, efficient football. those two things happen, Auburn could be potentially on the top end of that. And if you're 10-2 in the SEC, well, now you're talking about a real shot at the playoff.
Sure. And right before we get out of here, let me be clear about something. I do want a little bit more from Auburn's passing game. That's not what I meant earlier. All I meant was I don't care about the numbers of the stats. Like, you could throw for 50, and if you win a game, that's a great win. Like in the coming weeks, if you get a win, I hope the receivers in this me generation world we're in, I hope they understand how valuable they are, because them being out there and their presence is helping Auburn's run game.
That's right.
If they can understand that, this can be a really good football team. Now, if they get into this me thing, Auburn's in trouble. I will leave it on that.
No, I think that's fair. And to one of my favorite quotes, again, when you're scheming things up, right, you play to win the game, period. We're not playing for style points. We're playing to win.
Yep.
And if they maintain that mindset, Cole, I'm with you. This can be an effective football team for sure.
And they will get their opportunities, trust me.
We will find out Saturday, a lot more. Saturday, 2:30 p.m. Central Time on ABC. Auburn versus the Oklahoma Sooners. According to BetMGM, Oklahoma is a 6.5-point favorite. We'll see how that turns out. We're going to be covering it all this week at Auburn Sports. Go check it out. $1 if you're not already a member. Get signed up. We will be back for some recruiting news later this week. We got plenty of football content coming out on the YouTube channels. Check that out if you haven't already. Don't forget, if you're in Auburn, Opelika, Lee County, looking for some real estate help, look no further for the help you need. Miss Jessica Andrus with First Realty. Give her a call, 334-704-4442. Tell her we sent you. All right, that's going to do it, folks. We appreciate everybody listening. We appreciate everybody watching. We appreciate everybody calling in and giving us your opinions. For Cole Pinkston, for Alan Head, for Zach in the back. Who stayed in the back? I'm Jeffrey Lee, man. Y'all stay out of that left lane. See ya.